Next conspiracy, chat. We're gonna go into what's a conspiracy? 9/11. Who did 9/11?
No, we already talked about that. We can talk about the Titanic.
Did we have a dancing
we can talk about
party?
The Titanic.
Oh yeah, Titanic was sunk.
Was a hit job. It was a hit job. The Titanic, basically.
Bankers.
Yeah, basically in 1912, there was a guy in America called Mr. Uster, and he owned.
Is this Jekyll Island niggas?
Yeah, but this is 1913. We're in 1912. You're jumping a little bit ahead. Let me tell the story. So in 1912, you had this guy named Mr. Uster. He owned 40% of all the mortgages in America. Could you imagine a gangster who owns 40%? Even Chase
was the Italian guy, right?
I think he was. He might have been, but even Chase, I think, owns like 10%. This guy owned 40 in 1912. So the Illuminati wanted to basically create basically a Federal Reserve. They couldn't do it because this guy Uster was paying off politicians to be against it because he was making too much money. So they made sure to create this chip. And they put everyone, all the rich people were supposed to be on the ship. The Morgans, the Rothschilds, all the richest people in the world were supposed to be on this ship. At the last seconds, the Morgans and all the Rothschilds got off the boat. Mr. Uster fucking died on the boat. All of a sudden, all the money that was going to the opposing politicians dried up. By 1913, here's where Jekyll Island comes in. They signed the Federal Reserve. Now, after they signed the Federal Reserve, they have the money they need to start World War I.
Well, explain to them, Federal Reserve, for the Zoomers, there are a lot of young people who watch this stuff.
You don't know pretty what the Fed is?
Here's what it is.
Your people don't know what the Fed is?
I don't got no Jews in there. I'm kidding. Yo, here's what it is. They give you $5 and here, you can have $5 and then you go, but pay me back. And you go, where do I get the money to pay you back? I go, here's 5, but you owe me 10. And then that's what it really is. It's like the most evil system. But the Federal Reserve, no one links this, is World War I and II. It's literally made. Am I correct? But I don't even know what I'm saying. So you have to fill in this part.
So basically the Fed was used because they needed the money to start the wars. And without the central bank, they wouldn't have the money to actually start the wars. So that's how it worked. Titanic, get the Fed, World War I, and then World War I led directly to World War II because
it's the same war, really.
In a sense, the Germans got a bad deal, and because
the Treaty of Versailles is like made for
the Germans got a really bad deal, and World War I ended on 11/11 at exactly 11 o'clock. So these motherfuckers are still firing bullets at each other at 10:55. At 11, it stopped. So basically, if you understand what numerology means, just like 9/11, you're not going to have peace under the number 11. So they made sure to do it at 11 at exactly 11 o'clock to make sure there would never be peace. And around 2 decades later, World War II starts, Hitler, fucking tanks.
You're blowing my mind, even at 11 o'clock?
I mean, yeah. I mean, listen, most people, if you ask them if they have any sense of spirituality whatsoever, they see 11/11 on the clock at least once a week. You know, most people see stuff like that. That basically means your vibration is spinning at a much higher plane so people can actually, tap into that consciousness.
What is today?
Today is the 11th, and this is a perfect day to do stuff like this. You see why all these people are getting emotional? Because it's the 11th. See all these people in the chat room.
Wait, did you do that on purpose?
Of course. Of course. Well, I mean, we're supposed to meet up yesterday, though.
And that's why we're flowing so good.
We're supposed to meet up yesterday, so I figured it would be either yesterday or today. But today is even better because today's the 11th. This is when you hit people. This is when because people are going to be emotionally charged today. You always do stuff on the fucking 11th, man.
Talk about the lunatic and moon shit.
Well, fuck. Whenever it's a full moon, people get fucking crazy.
Yeah.
This is
it's like a full charge.
This is a case where the astrologers were ahead of the fucking scientists. For 500, 600 years, astrologers said whenever it's a full moon, people get crazy. The scientists only caught up about 70, 60 years ago because they figured out the moon pulls on the tides. Well, me, you, all these people here, we're 70% water. So when it's a full moon, it's going to pull on us. And some people in that case get more emotional. So that's why, especially if you're a Cancer, a Pisces, a Scorpio, don't do much under a full moon. You might fucking fuck the wrong person and get pregnant. Not what you should be doing, man. There's certain times you're supposed to lay low.
Wait, if you master this numerology, you could fuck a bitch raw with no condom and predict she will not get pregnant? Could you do? Don't try this.
If the bitch is on her period, yeah, you don't need a numerologist for that, pimp.
Okay,
if you're willing to get
why would anyone fuck someone on a period? You do that.
Hey, brother, I don't know anything about that. I'm just giving you options.
If you run red lights, that's a satanic ritual. But I read somewhere that why women bleed. I don't believe this, but
do you trust anything that bleeds and doesn't die?
The who?
Do you trust anything that bleeds and doesn't die?
That's a vampire. Yo, hold on. That's a song.
They definitely suck on our emotions and our wallets, but you know, it is what it is. Love you, baby. I'm not talking about you.
I read somewhere that why they bleed once a month is the man has to ingest it like adrenochrome to be revitalized. What is adrenochrome? Go.
Got me. Go ahead.
You what the fuck? You just talked about Pizzagate. I'll refresh your memory. What is it?
They drive up the adrenaline in children because when you get old, if you drink blood, it's like stem cells. Like it rejuvenates your fucking body.
I knew what you're talking about.
Terrorized child and
my name, yeah.
It's the same reason they terrorize society. It's the same
reason they fucking terrorize these animals when they kill them.
Is this the Mayan ritual with the heart, right?
And they infect the fucking meat with fear.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you kill an animal, it's best when they don't see the blade coming. If they see the blade coming, they have fear and it affects the fucking meat. And then
you get anxious eating it.
Yeah. You couldn't even get cancer from it.
Your emotions are chemicals in the body. Like when you think a bad thought, it tells the body, hey, go create dopamine, serotonin, or whatever. Create a negative emotion or a positive emotion. So if all these animals are super scared, they're dumping all of these chemicals into the meat, and then you're eating that, and then you're feeling like all that shit. So like if you're being pushed to go towards spirituality, like eat lighter than like foods, like fruits and green shit, because that shit grows closer to the sun.
Vegetarian?
Not full vet. You still need meat, but like you need it slaughtered by a farm or something. But like the fruits in the green shit grows closer to the sun. It gets more light. It has a higher vibration. So when you eat that, you can up your consciousness in vibration just based off what you're putting into your body. Like everything's input output, and you're supposed to eat from nature. That's how God intended it. So like if you're not eating within nature or eating after a kill when the meat is fresh, then like you're just stuffing your body with low frequency, and now your consciousness is stuck in that level of vibration. It doesn't matter how hard you try in life, how much money you get, how many women, you cannot go beyond your state of vibration. You are operating in a paradigm that is the matrix. The matrix is mental. It's your mind. Andrew Tate says the matrix is outside of you. It's not. It's all mental. All of reality is a projection of your mind.
Wow, he's spitting. How you think he did?
Keep going. What the fuck?
He spit pretty
keep
well,
going.
man.
If you flow, keep going.
Well,
Matrix, keep going.
Come on, you gotta keep going. That's the point. You can put him in a room for 30 minutes. He'll talk nonstop. You can do the same thing with me. Well, let's go, brother.
I'll send it back to the marijuana. If you smoke weed, you'll forget what you talked about 5 seconds ago. But it will help you channel higher consciousness. Like I think we talked about, like weed's kind of like a psychedelic. Like it's a plant. Think of a plant as a living thing. It's conscious. When you smoke weed, the reason you're getting deeper thoughts and higher knowledge is because you're smoking the earth. You're smoking the vibration of earth. You're getting in tune with the vibration of earth, and it's bringing you backline to base consciousness, the higher consciousness, Christ consciousness. Think of God and Christ lives within you. Half the time you think you're thinking, you're actually listening to Christ. The way God and Christ talks to you is through your own voice inside your head. You need to learn how to shut up and channel that inner voice. That's
shut up. Not be quiet, but shut up, huh? If people in there say you're a vegan.
Vegan? No, I love. Actually, I don't want to phrase it the way I was just going to phrase it.
Let me tell you something.
I love meat.
Let me just go back on a couple of things you said. Number one, fruits and vegetables, they're great. The problem is most of these fruits and vegetables are being watered with fluoride. So it doesn't matter if you fucking eat them, you still can get fucking that pineal gland decalcified. That's the big problem. So that's why I stopped being a vegetarian or that fruitarian and whatever, because the plants you eat are still fucking watered by fucking poison. So it really doesn't matter.
That's the big, like, where nihilism comes from, is when you realize you're in the U.S., there's no fighting. Like, you got chemtrails over you all day, you got 5G, and you can't get good food or food.
You can make that bag.
You can get bag, and then you can get out of the U.S.
You can make that bag, though.
That's right. We're not leaving the U.S. Fuck that.
Do you want to learn the cheat codes of the Matrix or get a reading from a GG33 expert? Link in bio.